You say you're healing, you post about boundaries, decluttering your circle, and cutting off your ex. You drink more water every day, you journal at night, and delete messages long before responding to texts. But beneath the surface of your healing era is a quieter, more haunting truth. You're not healing, you're simply just hiding. Behind your rituals, behind your glow up, your mantras, and your solo trips, there's still a child in the basement of your soul, locked behind years of survival. A child you refuse to look at because to really meet their eyes would undo the whole illusion. The truth is, your peace is performative, your calm is curated, and your self love is often just self abandonment disguised as progress. You call it healing, your shadow calls it avoidance. So let's sit with that for a minute, because what we often call growth is just our trauma getting better at hiding itself. And in this culture of hyper independence and aesthetic recovery, it's easier to read another book than to confront your shame. It has become easier to meditate than to say, I miss you. It has become easier to say, I'm protecting my energy than to admit that I'm terrified of being close to anyone. We have mastered the art of being invisible while remaining visible, and healing has now become a brand and has not become a reckoning. We love the illusion of control it offers, the clean lines of a habit tracker, the dopamine rush of day one energy, the performance of saying no. But there is a difference between choosing yourself and simply not trusting anyone else with you. Let me tell you a story. There was a woman who walked away from everything that hurt her. She left the toxic job, blocked her manipulative ex, and finally started going to therapy. She then was proud of herself and the person that she had become. She posted about steps that she was taking. People commented with fire emojis in the comment section and called her strong. But at night, she couldn't sleep, not peacefully. Her body twitched with tension, her chest still clenched around memories she pretended no longer existed. She could list her triggers, but couldn't cry through them. She could journal every single day and still feel hollow. And one day, in the middle of a sunny afternoon, surrounded by friends and family who loved her, she had a breakdown in the middle of a bathroom because it hit her all at once. She had changed everything around her except the self she kept abandoning inside. And this is the crisis of our time. We've confused being better with being functional. We've mistaken high standards for self-worth. We believe emotional numbness is a form of emotional regulation. We wear detachment like a badge of honor, but the truth is, much of our healing is just elaborate spiritual dissociation, a way of managing pain and not meeting it. Aesthetic detachment is not transcendent, it's a quiet form of despair. And I get it, facing yourself fully is brutal. It requires the courage to grieve who you were and the honesty to see how you've built your safety on fear. Healing isn't pretty, it isn't clean, it often begins with humiliation, watching your patterns drag you into the same heartbreak again and again, even though you know better, with the realization that your coping mechanisms have become prisons, with learning that the scariest part of intimacy isn't losing the other person, it's being fully seen. We do not fear love, we fear being exposed. We fear what it will mean to put on our armor down and find that no one stays. So we call our walls boundaries. We call our fear intuition. We ghost people and say it's protecting our peace. But the soul does not care about peace if it comes at the price of connection. What the soul wants is union. It wants contact. It wants witness, not curated calm. So let me ask you something. When you say you're healing, what exactly are you healing toward? What kind of self are you becoming? Are you becoming more whole, more human, more available to love and to be loved? Or are you simply just becoming better at control, better at hiding your grief behind soft smiles and playlists, better at isolating yourself until no one can disappoint you? Pause and answer that in the comments. And I want you to be honest, be raw. You're not alone in this. Because if we really listened to our pain, it would say, I do not want perfection. I want presence. I do not want mastery. I want meaning. I do not want to be fixed. I want to be felt. And the inner child that sits in the cave of your psyche doesn't need another affirmation. They need to be held. This is the hidden work, the shadow work, the soft rebellion of turning back inward when every algorithm tells you to keep moving forward. It's what the ancients called the transition between death and rebirth, what poets call breaking open, what mystics call union. You see, healing isn't about rising, it's about descending into your past, into your body, into the places you swore you'd never visit again. It's about reclaiming the part of yourself you've exiled. It's about remembering the moments that broke you and choosing day by day to stay with yourself this time. So real healing ends your war with vulnerability. It teaches you how to be soft without shattering, how to be strong without disappearing. It's not a glow up, it's a burn down, a slow cremation of the false self you built to survive. The part of you that pretended not to care, the version of you that smiled to avoid conflict, the self that was always performing worthiness. Okay? And it's okay to grieve that self. They kept you alive, but they are not your future. You are not your defense mechanisms. You are not your fear. You are not the numbness that kept you safe. Beneath all that armor, you are love aching for form. You are longing, aching for contact. You are still that child in the basement waiting to be chosen. And here's the secret. Every time you choose to stay, to feel, to soften, you are telling that child, I'm not leaving this time. I will not abandon you to chase an image. I will not silence you to seem strong. I will not exile you to be accepted. I will sit with you, cry with you, laugh with you, grow with you. That is healing. Not the filtered version, the feral, the most human trembling kind, the one that doesn't always look good, but it's real. So if this resonated, if you felt even one part of you whisper yes beneath the noise of everything else, let that part guide you. Leave a comment below and share what you're learning to feel again. And if you need more reminders like this, more truth, more soul, more space to fall apart and come back whole, subscribe to Individual, because we are not here to escape ourselves. We're here to return slowly, softly, powerfully, together.